Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Toting and Shooting podcast.
Toting and shooting? What the hell are you talking about?
What's that the name of it?
Toting and smoking.
Oh,
No,
Toting
not even toting and smoking.
Toting and smoking.
There.
Edit that. Shannon, edit that.
We don't even know what the hell we're...
Toting and smoking.
Alright, we'll go with that.
Episode 1 is going to be named Narcos.
Oh, I thought it was the Mule.
Or the Mule.
Okay. I mean, either works, really.
The Narco Mule.
Yeah.
You got a nickname for your truck?
I did. I just forgot what it was called.
Big Red?
No. I think it was, Kimber. That's what it was. Kimber.
Kimber?
That's what I've named this truck. Yeah. Kimber.
I was hoping for something badass like Hercules or Leonidas or the fucking Spirit of Allah.
Don't hurt her feelings. She'll just kick you right out.
Kimber, I love you.
I love her too.
Cute chick's her name, Kimber. Sounds good, you know.
Well, it's a gun manufacturer, right?
Ah,
So that's why I named it Kimber.
you know.
Yeah.
And as such, we are not in our home state. We decided to do a little traveling because fuck it, why not? Ain't nothing better to do. It's Friday. I ain't got no job, and I ain't got fuck else to do. Even though it's a Thursday.
Yeah.
Even though it's a Thursday. That's besides the point, Johnny. The quote.
It's our.
The quote is the most important thing, okay?
Okay.
It's a quote from Friday, the movie. It's basically a true story of my life named Craig, who loses his job and just wants to sit at home and play video games with his buddy Day Day.
Yeah, that sounds like a good life, though. Honestly.
Yeah, it does sound like it sounds like the best life, I would think. You know. But Craig wasn't a smoker at the start of Friday, but by the end of Friday, he was a smoker.
Is this what are you trying to tie this in? Are you trying to get me to be a smoker at the end of this day?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about cannabis, John, and I don't feel that it is a drug. I feel that tobacco and alcohol is a drug. And the reason being is because I feel that anything that has been man-made or that has man-alter it in a way is a drug. Whereas cannabis plants, you just plant the seed, it grows and flowers, and you cut the fucking buds off, and you let those dry out.
And you burn it.
And you burn it. There's really not that much interference that you can do. You know, if you want to do oil or something, then I would consider that a drug because that has been altered by man. You know, there's processes to that to create oil in the end. But just, you know, the bud of a marijuana plant, the bud of a cannabis plant, I don't consider a drug.
So now what, I think I know the answer to this, but would you rather sniff marijuana, the smell, or fireworks?
What, you mean like gunpowder?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I like the smell of gasoline. Like, the smell of gasoline smells kind of good, even though it's bad for you, you know, but gasoline still does kind of smell good. You know, and in that, no, I think gunpowder smells good, but I do, you know, the marijuana is a sweeter smell, it's a nicer smell, so I would rather smell the smell of marijuana.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know,
a smell that I love is the post office. Have you ever gone into a post office?
just take a big old whiff of postal air?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I do. Every time I go into a post office, I hyperventilate the smell.
I can only imagine it smells like paper and old people.
Not so much the old people. but yeah, it's an odd smell. I mean, yes, paper, but it's like I don't know, it's almost like going out into the forest.
It's just freshly cut paper.
Yeah.
It's freshly cut paper and, you know, freshly licked postage stamps. So you can't go wrong.
I mean, I guess you could get high from postage stamps, can't you?
I mean, you look like 1,000 of them. You're gonna get fucking delirious, probably. I don't know if that's getting high, but it's definitely a head-altering state. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's just brain damage thinking you're getting high.
You know, on your fucking 10,001. Oh, that's the kicker, babe. We're fucking in Mars. Get fucked. You know, I want some shit that's gonna take me to the outer dimensions. You know, I mean. Joey Diaz, I don't know if you know Joey Diaz, this is a comedian. When he goes to the fucking pot stores, he fucking goes to the dude and says, fuck all this, you know, this gas shit, fuck all that. I want to see the fucking devil. You know, and I haven't gained that enough courage to walk into a dispensary and say, you got any shit that's going to make me see the fucking devil? I mean, I just wanna get melted into my couch. Really, that's all I want to do. And you know, I want to get melted into my couch, relax, listen to some fucking Pink Floyd.
Well, you just want to go to another dimension, right?
Oh, that and go to another dimension, yeah. But a peaceful dimension, you know, far away from humans and uncivilized fucking savages.
Which is, you know, rampant at the place we work.
Yeah.
Which we shall not name. It is,
for legal reasons, we cannot name where we work. And we also apologize to the viewer, or to the listener, if there's background noise, because we are recording this while on the road.
And Kimber has bad shocks and big tires, and so that makes a lot of noise.
But she's a sexy old gal, and she gets us there.
She's never let me down.
It's just...
One time I was way up in the woods, and just way the fuck out there. And I was at the end of the road, dirt road, and I had to make a U-turn, very sharp U-turn. And I basically had to back up onto a cliff.
Fuck that.
Right? And one of the rocks came loose, punctured my tire on the sidewalk. And it got me 20 miles home.
With a flat tire?
Yeah, with basically a flat tire.
And fuck up your alignment or anything that much?
No.
That's pretty good.
She's a good old gal.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It is pretty good.
So go on.
I kind of forgot what I was talking about. But going back to the place that we work.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we do have some war stories. You know, I mean, every day people come in and ask us for a bunch of shit. The other day I had some guy ask us if he had clear cock. I said, yeah, sure, dog, follow me. And I took him over to the cocking area. And I'm no cocking expert. And I said, this is all the fucking shit we got. I don't know if we have it. I believe that what I said was, I don't think we do. To which he took great offense and he said, what do you mean you don't think? I said, I don't think we have it, sir. But you are more than welcome to look and find it your goddamn self, you old bastard. I'm gonna fuck right off. You know.
I wish you really had said that.
I wish I had too. But part of the problem where we work is we can't say the things we actually want to say. Because we work with the public and we have to maintain a certain amount of trust and a certain amount of good faith with the public. You know, if we start telling people to fuck off all day,
get off my ass,
we lose that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a semi, and he probably doesn't want to go faster, but these people aren't making it easier for you.
We're already speeding, and he's up my ass.
No.
Whatever.
But, it's great times. But Johnny has magnificent stories because he gets to deal with the public a whole lot more of an intimate way than I do.
Yeah, I'm very glad that I have not gotten more intimate. One story I'll share at a later date because it is full of detail. And speaking of which, that place back there was a Godsmack concert one time, and we were driving down the highway. We could smell the weed from here. That's how lit they were.
I believe it.
So
It's because probably every third person had a fucking joint.
Yeah. Anyway. One of my stories, which I can easily tell. I just had a brain fart.
Well, did you want to talk about Joe, or was it another story?
No, this is a different story.
Okay. Actually, you know what?
Oh, okay. All right. So, do you remember Bleach guy? Bleach drinking dude?
Oh, I remember you telling me about it. I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this homeless guy. I think he's homeless anyway.
Well, I mean, if he drinks fucking bleach, let's hope he's homeless.
I'm sure, yeah.
What?
I would imagine he is.
What?
So he'd come in like almost every day. Yeah, he had wild, crazy hair. He kind of looked like an anime character. And
oh yeah,
he's a very handsome dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, he'd come into electronics, and he'd always be playing around on the demo computers, which was okay. I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
He was a respectful guy to me, and he caused no problems otherwise. But he'd be talking to himself.
Now, was he drinking bleach when he was fucking with the computers, or no?
No, I did not. Not that I know.
Okay.
I did not personally witness that, but Tyler, he used to work with him.
Yeah.
He apparently witnessed this. The guy was outside on the bench, and he was taking a swig of bleach from the bleach bottle.
From the Clorox bottle.
And chasing it with orange juice. He wasn't doing orange juice and then a bleach chaser.
A bleach shot, yeah.
It's the opposite way.
I mean, okay, now this was even weirder back then, because this was a couple years ago. But nowadays, we have the President of the United States recommending that we drink disinfectant and bleach. So, I mean, he was ahead of the time. He just wanted to kill the germs in his system, baby.
Yeah, I guess.
See, he was so far gone. He was in the outer dimension. He saw the fucking future.
He did. There are several people that come into Walmart that can see the future. It's batshit crazy, but maybe they're right. Anyway, so this guy, one day he's at the computers, and he's getting a little bit rowdy. Maybe he had a bit too much bleach. I don't know. But he's talking to himself, and he's cursing a bit. So he's making a bit of a scene. But I still have no problem with it because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's, it makes my day. So AP guy, I won't mention his name, the leprechaun motherfucker. You know who I'm talking about?
The one with the black beard?
Oh, I thought it was Redbeard.
Oh, that must have been the one after him.
K. Yeah.
That was the one after him.
Yeah, that's anyway. Leprechaun motherfucker. AP.
Yeah.
He comes over and he tells him to vacate the premises. And Bleach guy, he goes just batshit crazy. He starts cursing at him.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And and he says to AP, he says, "Why don't you come outside, you leprechaun fairy motherfucker?" And if you knew the AP guy, you would have absolutely loved it, because you've wanted to say that same thing to him multiple times.
That is true.
But I guess I can't really call that a horror story.
No, I mean, Carrie, we love you, okay? But you had your moments, but we love you.
Yeah,
there's fucking another monster truck.
Oh shit! I'm about to crash the car looking at a monster truck.
But
yeah, I grew to love him.
Yeah.
Actually, I miss him. So.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad guy, and he was actually in the Navy. He was either in the Navy or the Marines. He was a corpsman.
I didn't. Oh, okay.
So yeah, and a veteran. So he was a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, he was a real hard ass at the beginning, and then he really chilled out for some reason. I wonder what happened there.
I won't say.
Oh.
It's just one of the things about working where we work. You just get fucking demeaned and diminished by management enough. You're just gonna reach that point of fuck it.
Fuck it, okay.
Yeah. And he kind of reached that point of fuck it, which is why he's no longer at our store.
I think you just named the company, didn't you?
No, I just said he's no longer with our store.
Oh.
I did not say the...
Is that word?
that one, you know, place. You know. I mean, my favorite
Hell
thing...
on Earth. That's what we should call it, Hell on Earth.
No, I already said I work for the Great Satan.
Okay.
So, you know, Dante's Inferno every fucking day, really. It's just a fight to get home and fucking toke out of my fucking bong again. Because, god damn it, I love bongs. I think the strangest thing that I ever had to do was one of our... You good? Don't crash. Please don't crash. Please. One of our homeless guys would fucking come in, go to the bathroom a bunch. He was in the fucking bathroom for like an hour one day.
Oh, God.
And so, RAP guy, not K, but Blackbeard with the C.
Okay.
The plainclothes guy. He was like, Corey, you should just go in the bathroom and see what the fuck this dude's doing. So I walk in there, and I can tell what stall he's in. So I walk past the stall, which was a mistake. Because, you know, there's that one, like, half an inch fucking crack in the door, you know, where the door meets the frame. And so I looked in there, and he looked right at me, and he didn't have pants on. He was taking care of some business, and I immediately walked out, and I wanted to go, I should just... You want my job? Fucking, you're going in there next time, because fuck that. Even when I told him, we locked eyes for a second, dog. We were one.
Did he wink at you?
Thankfully, no.
Well, that reminds me of several of my bathroom stories.
But we locked eyes.
So
it was not good.
The special ed maintenance guy.
Devlin?
Yeah, well, don't say his name.
Edit that.
I don't want to embarrass him, but...
I love Devlin. Devlin's the man.
Yeah. So, one day he's standing at the urinal, and he's got his... I don't know if you've ever been in the bathroom with him, but he goes to... He pisses with his pants to his ankles. Standing up, okay? But, he had racing stripes real bad. And, he was trying to wipe it out there while he was at the urinal. And I should have just walked out, but I didn't. I had to piss really bad. So that was pretty embarrassing. One time, I was up in the front bathroom. I was taking a dump. And the guy in the handicap stall next to me, he was, I could just hear him, he's cursing, and he sounded like he was Russian. And he's like, motherfucker, goddamn asshole.
In Mother Russia, ass shit you.
Yeah, but he had an accent, for sure. But he was standing up, like 2 feet away from the toilet while he was cursing, and I could hear him taking all of the toilet paper out. He must have took like 10 feet of toilet paper as he was cleaning himself up. So I don't know if he shit his pants or what, but I escaped as soon as I could. I
don't blame you on that one.
I looked at his shoes. I could see his shoes, and so when I left the bathroom, there's a bench outside of that.
Yeah.
So I sat on the bench for a while because I was going to wait to see the face attached to these shoes. But I thought better of it because I don't want to see. I don't want to remember his face. Associate him
with that incident for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Oh god, I had a similar situation. I went in the bathroom. One of the toilets was, for lack of a better term, completely covered, and human matter. Disgusting. Very, very disgusting. Didn't think anything of it. This is when I still worked up front. And then there was this dude who was trying to steal a pair of shoes. Okay, older guy, drunk. Let's just say his people were here before the white man. So, damn, that's a fucking nice car. He and the other Corey pretty much saw him first, and she had to deal with it more than I did, thank Christ. Then we called Mark up, and Mark gave him a stern talking to. It was basically, look, motherfucker, we know who you know who we are, but we know who you are. Get the fuck out of my fucking store. Take your shitty ass out of here. But, yeah, look, Corey had to follow behind him, and the back of his pants were also counted the same way. And he sat down in those little shoes that we had over in then one of those little benches that we had over in the shoes. And I hope we cleaned that up.
Oh. Was it on the outside of his?
I think so. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. He just looked like a fucking degenerate. A fucking degenerate. It was awful.
I wonder if it's the same guy that sometimes comes in and needs phone help, because he can never remember how to do anything on his phone. Because he's, not all there.
Yeah. Oh, he's shorter, got black. Well, I guess they all have black hair, kind of. I'm not trying to. But it's a fucking fact. They all kind of have black hair.
If it's the same guy I'm thinking of, I saw him at the Social Security office one day. And he tried to get me to help him fill out his paperwork.
Oh my Christ! I'm not even being paid now.
And me being a nice guy, I try as much as I can, but like I don't fucking know your
employment history.
Yeah.
Your fucking where you live, where the fuck you've been living for the past fucking 20 years. Who your fucking employer was in 1992, sir. I don't fucking know the answer to these questions, dude. Ugh.
So we're driving through Coeur d'Alene at the moment. Have you ever been? I'm not gonna knock Coeur d'Alene because it's a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful lake.
Yeah, beautiful lake especially. But have you ever been to Ponderay?
No.
Up north? No. My God.
I think the only other lake I've been to is Sealy Lake. Is there a Swan Lake?
Yes.
Maybe Swan Lake too. But yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, I need to do more traveling.
A month or so ago, I went up to Ponderay, and I was purposely taking the side roads. You cannot believe the houses that are
up there. I fucking believe it. I mean, some of the houses up here are overlooking the fucking Lake Coeur d'Alene are fucking fat, dude.
I mean, the one of them was for sale. And it was, I think it was 1.5 million, and it was barely bigger than my house, which is basically a double wide trailer with a garage attached to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 1.5 million for fucking that is a lot.
Yeah.
How much ground did it come with?
Not a lot. It was on a fucking hill.
Oh, yeah.
Just a stairway down to the lake, the little dock. But if I was ever to move anywhere, it'd be Coeur d'Alene or Ponderay.
See, there was a couple years ago, there was the house on the island in Sealy Lake was up for sale. That fucking thing was like $10 million, and the inside of that looked fucking nice.
You mean the university one?
I think so. Whatever the fucking fat mansion is, yeah. It's fucking nice, dog.
Well, even one of the islands right next to it has a little cabin on it.
Yeah.
I think that was like a $1 million. What was it? Maybe it was like $750,000, but it was fucking expensive.
Decent chunk of change. Yeah.
But still, I'd be happy as a clam on that.
Yeah.
What is that high pitched noise you hear? I don't hear none. Alright. Ready with you, man. Alright. I thought we were getting bombarded by aliens
not getting bombarded by aliens.
Oh, so.
Unless it's miracle alien cookies. Ha! Sorry, that's a brand of weed, but go on.
I got the, like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but I still got the reference. So, I want to talk about Joe, because he has some very interesting stories. He told me.
Is it Stockman Joe or a different Joe?
No, this Joe works with me in electronics.
Oh, that Joe.
That Joe.
Okay.
When I first met Joe, I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's not going to last more than a week in electronics.
Who's this quiet old
Joe
man?
Schmo here. And,
I guess he's not really that quiet, is he? He's pretty outgoing.
Somewhat. Yeah, more than me, I'd say. But,
Yeah.
So Joe, he's about 62, I think. He's retired military. I'm pretty sure he was Marines. So he was telling me about some of the worst things he's experienced in the military, witnessed.
Yeah.
And so one time, yeah, he was in the military for like 20 years, I think. One time he was in Germany, and they were loading up all of the vehicles, the tanks and the trucks, onto train cars. I don't remember where they were taking them, but
Probably just somewhere else in Germany.
one guy, he fucking went AWOL, and there was a higher-ranking officer in the tank that had already been loaded.
Yeah.
Onto the car, and I don't know what the higher-ranking officer was doing, but the guy that went AWOL, what are you looking at? He gets in the tank behind
The commanding
other
officer?
guy. Yeah, and he stole one of the, I think he called it the firing pin.
Yeah.
I know, but they're not supposed to have them in the tanks.
The tank while they're like moving
while
them.
they're transporting for
Yeah.
security reasons, obviously. But he had one. He pops it in. He blows the fucking commanding officer to smithereens in this other tank, and there's like next to nothing left of him in that tank.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
So he must have had the firing pin and a tank round.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
I don't. And he didn't really know the specifics of why that guy was pissed off, but apparently he assumes that he was just getting bullied a little more than usual.
No.
So anyway,
Fuck.
so just imagine that though.
Yeah. There's no manager who's pissed me off enough to where I would think to myself, I wish we were moving tanks and I wish I had access to one tank round and the firing pin, and I would just blow your ass up.
I mean, I wouldn't say managers, but customers, sure.
Well, yeah.
That's,
Well, my dad, who did what I did before, basically all his life, well, most of his life, he wanted to live in a world where he was allowed to just summarily execute one customer a day. And after doing that job for 4 years, I felt the same way, only I wanted to, because we have a very special type of people who come to where we work, and 2 sends a message that says, just don't be fucking stupid. You know? Like, you know, when I worked in returns, I had a lady legitimately bring in a fucking, in one of our bags with a book in it, which is fine.
look.
Yeah,
Oh, her bag.
yeah, one of our bags, one of our plastic bags,
Oh, yeah, okay.
with the book in it, which is fine because she wanted to return it. But then she pulled out the receipt. Guess where the receipt was from?
Target.
The Costco.
Costco.
Literally on the other side of fucking town, and you have to show your fucking Costco card to fucking get in. So it's kind of fucking hard to mistake the fucking Costco for us. You know, like you don't get fucking checkpointed when you come in now.
Pallets on every single shelf. Like it's kind of.
Yeah, we're not buying. Yeah, we're not selling shit in bulk unless you want it.
Well, what did she say?
Well, it wasn't a big deal. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I just didn't even think about it." And it wasn't a big thing, but still, it was goddamn one of the most ridiculous fucking things, though. It's because, I mean, luckily she had the receipt, but yeah, still, just straight from fucking Costco.
Working with the public has drastically reduced my faith in humanity.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
The amount of stupidity in the world is mind-boggling.
Johnny, it's mind-boggling, and it's unfortunately it's contagious. You know, it's palpable and it's contagious.
So back to Joe. He's got
dozens of stories.
Well, there's two that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So one time, I believe they were on a training mission, but they might have been on an actual combat mission. I can't remember. But the one group, they were just ground troops. And they had to go up this mountain road, and they got to this one spot that they had to camp.
Yeah.
And so everybody, you know, they pitched their tents in the trees. And then there's these two newbies who got to the camp a little bit later, and they decided to pitch their tents on the road.
On the where?
On the road.
On the road?
On the road.
That's not a good idea.
And so the second group...
That's not a good idea.
It was a tank group. So...
See, now, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Now I'm not sure if Joe's stories are legit. Because, I mean, how perfect are these stories? He gets to see a commanding officer get blown up with a fucking tank. And I'm assuming someone gets ran over with a tank.
I mean...
Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they get ran over by the fucking tanks because it's the middle of the night. They're asleep. The tanks, you know, they can't see very well.
Yeah, but I mean, they're noisy.
They had to bury these guys in their sleeping bags because they were nothing but mush. They could not separate them from their sleeping bags.
I mean, I do believe if you got ran over by a tank, I do believe that would happen. But I mean, I also think it's the American military. We would try to send those bodies back to America.
I would think so too.
You know?
I don't know.
I mean, because even in fucking Black Hawk Down, when those fucking Black Hawks went down, we fucking got them pilots out, son. You know? But yeah, those are just two perfect stories, so.
Then another story. He told me that they had to jump start a tank. Two tanks, you know, that had to jump start one.
Sounds reasonable.
And they were facing each other, right? And you know how the tanks are shaped, like on the front, they're like V-shaped?
Yeah.
And, Jesus.
Oh, double semis. I love it.
Yeah, one's going 1 mile per hour faster than the other. Anyway, the tanks. So, one of the tanks had been left in drive, or whatever the equivalent would be.
Yeah.
They were left in drive. And, so as soon as they jump-started the one tank,
it just fucking
so they went together. This guy was completely chopped in half.
That would be a very...
I think that's a more likely story.
That one does seem more likely. That'd be fucking painful too.
And I don't want to call Joe a liar because I really like him. He's a good guy.
He won't do it, but I will. Joe, you're a liar. Joe, I'm sorry. Okay, because I have two brothers in the military. One spent a year over in Germany before he went to Korea and then Iraq, and he never had those fucking funny stories. You know? Like, even when he was in Korea, he didn't have any stories of like, yo, dog, I fucking saw this fucking NVA dude try to come back to the South Korean side. That would be a great fucking story. You know? I was like that one video, I don't know if you see this video where this fucking NVA defector comes to South Korea and at first the people on the NVA side, his other soldiers, don't know what's going on, but then he crosses a point which he shouldn't cross, and then everyone starts shooting at him. They get in jeeps and fucking go, like literally this 4 dudes in a North Korean jeep invade South Korea. to try and get this guy. Well, they're repelled. World War III doesn't start, so we're all good. And and I think the defector is safe, and becomes an intelligence asset, and the world goes on. But yeah.
Are you hoping for World War III?
Johnny, well, not World War III, because that is a little. That's a little too dramatic.
Are you hoping for Civil War?
Well, I think Civil War is more likely. What I'm actually hoping for, I'm hoping that a giant Texas-sized meteor will just come and crash somewhere in the fucking Pacific Ocean. Because I don't know, I love being alive, but I do feel that...
Not necessarily in this type of environment.
Well, it's not that. I just feel that now, like when you see movies and like supervillains are like humans are parasites. Now I get what they're talking about.
Yeah. I've thought that for many years.
So
I've been a misanthrope since I was probably 10 years old.
I mean, or Yellowstone erupting, I think would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun. I mean, it takes 8 minutes for Missoula to get fucked, but smoke all the weed you can in 8 minutes, boys. As I said, it takes me fucking 10 minutes to pack a bowl, so hopefully the fucking building can stand up for a little bit. Oh, man.
Well, wouldn't it just be, would it be a pyroclastic flow or just ash?
I think if Yellowstone, since that caldera is so deep, I think it would just be ash, and there would be so much from what the documentaries that I've watched, there would be so much thrown up into the atmosphere. Within a week, we're in a second ice age, because like literally, there's so much dirt and dust and volcanic ash in the fucking air that the sun ain't fucking penetrating that shit.
I think Missoula area would probably just be mostly affected by ash.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but the 8 minutes would be like, I think that's the time it would take from like the first ash to start dropping on Missoula's 8 minutes, and then I mean, I don't know, what's the closest city to Yellowstone? Do you know?
There'd be like, well, it's like major city. Probably Bozeman.
About like the size of Missoula, yeah. So, but just fuck. I mean, you might be able to survive a couple days, but I mean, it's gonna be like the fucking worst blizzard of your life. Only it's gonna be fucking volcanic ash, and you can't plow that shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, your vehicles ain't gonna.
Yeah, and your vehicles ain't gonna move, and if you get that in your mouth, it creates like a fucking concrete fucking shit. So your lungs are fucked. So basically, you're just going to be stuck indoors and starve to death.
Speaking of volcanoes, you know that Wallace up here? Mm-hmm. That was
the volcano?
Dante's
Peak?
Peak, yeah.
Oh, that's where they filmed Dante's Peak?
Yeah.
I think you told me that last time.
No.
Britt told me that last time. I think it was you.
It was probably me, because, I only have a certain amount of information stored in my head.
You don't even do drugs. You don't even fucked up her on drugs.
My memory is about as long as a goldfish, really.
See, I like Dante's Peak. It's a good movie. But the only part that I don't like is when they go to their fucking grandma's house, okay?
Fucking grandma.
No, that grandma's a dumb bitch. She deserved to die. Because she fucking did not need to hop out of the fucking boat. She would have stayed in the boat, they would have reached the shore, everything would have been fucking hunky-dory.
Things would have been even more fine if she would have just got the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
When they told her to.
Yeah. But just another case of being a dumb bitch, doing what you want to do. How'd that work out for you? You're dead! That's how. You're fucking dead!
That's probably one of the few movie deaths where I was actually glad that she died.
Yeah.
Rather than sad.
Yeah.
When it was intended to be sad.
I got a good question for you. I asked this to my dad the other day. If you could if the laws of, you know, reality weren't a fucking thing, and you could, and you could like sit down with 5 different people in history, who would you talk to?
So first off, my dad, just because I've never met him. He died when I was a baby.
No.
And then, boy, what do you think about this?
Like, I mean, anybody. I mean, fucking, you know, any fucking buddy. You want me to tell you my 5 while you're thinking?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so my 5 would be Julius Caesar.
I was thinking of Caesar.
I think Caesar would be a fun guy to talk to. His main enemy of the Gauls, I forget his fucking name, would also be an interesting guy to talk to. There's one sultan during the Crusades who I'd want to talk to. And then I'd probably want to talk to...
What's his name?
I don't know. And another Spanish guy, El Cid. El Cid. That dude was a fucking badass. I don't want to talk to El Cid. Mainly because that dude's a fucking badass. You know, El Cid's a fucking great name.
Well, what do you do?
El Cid was a... This was like during the time of the Crusades. Spain was like a couple kingdoms, right? And so El Cid was a general in the army. And so he attacked another kingdom and basically... No, we're good. And basically unified Spain. And then he became like the leader of that city. But then that king died, and then his son came to power, and his son didn't trust El Cid. And so something happened, and so he kind of got exiled. And then the Crusades started, and then I'm pretty sure that, or not the Crusades started, the Moors invaded Spain. And so basically the Spanish didn't have any general who had fucking balls or knowledge to defeat the Moors. So then that king had to go to El Cid and unbanish him and unexile him and make him a fucking general again. And El Cid was able to defeat the Moors. So that's why I'd want to talk to El Cid.
Is that his actual name, El Cid? How do you spell it?
ELCID. It was not his actual name, but that's just that. When he got exiled, that was his name. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I could come up with 5 people, but one, I'd probably want to talk to Pontius Pilate and ask him if Jesus was actually real.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the Roman general.
Yeah, because he was a real guy.
Yeah.
But was Jesus? Yeah.
I mean, I think yeah, Jesus was probably a real dude, but was he a real dude who did all these things?
Was he one single dude though? That's another thing.
Yeah.
I'd say any cowboy, like Billy the Kid.
See,
any of those famous cowboys I'd want to talk to, because why not?
Yeah.
Cowboy's badass. I'd say probably any of the Native American chiefs back in the day. Crazy Horse.
When I asked this question to my dad, there was a in like where Kansas and shit is, right? There's a valley in there which he wanted to talk to their chief because like they were kind of like an advanced civilization for being natives, but then you know, white man came, fucked everything up, as we do. As we do. And then we turn it great, which we sometimes do, but kind of fuck things up too. But yeah, he wanted to talk to that chief. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to talk to a Native American chief.
Well, especially the one, like the southwestern natives, the Aztecs. Well,
that's all that.
Like the Nazca line people.
Yeah, when I first did my 5, I wanted to talk to Caesar. Who's the fucking dude who came over on the fucking Santa Maria? Not Columbus. Fucking the Spanish guy, the conquistador, Cortez. Yeah, I want to talk to Cortez and Montezuma. Mainly Montezuma, and be like, Montezuma, what in the fuck were you thinking? Like, I understand these guys are different skin colors, and they come over on boats and had horses and armor, so you thought they were a god. But the second they started murdering your fucking people and stealing all your gold, you should have realized something was up.
Yeah, there's some red flags.
I mean, granted, gold didn't have the value to them that it did us, because to them, the most valuable thing was cacao beans, because they ate them. It was part of it was like their main thing in their fucking diet, and was cacao beans. That was what they used for currency, was cacao beans. So, I mean, had the Spanish just started taking fucking shiploads of fucking cacao beans, it might have been a different story.
The more you know.
But they didn't give a shit about the gold, or the Aztecs didn't give a shit about the gold. And I was watching a Simon Whistler video on fucking Tenochtitlan, which is the capital of the Aztecs, right?
Say that again. What?
Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna fucking do. Tenochtitlan. It's a fucking weird word. I can't pronounce it. Okay. It's a fucking weird word.
I'll give you a pass.
But it had pyramids that were like the size of the Egyptian pyramids, and plus it's where Mexico City is now. Mexico City's built on Tenochtitlan, and and it was basically it was a big lake with a bunch of islands. So it was kind of like Venice. So they had waterways and bridges. Yeah, it was apparently a fucking sight to behold. Like, it was, yeah. So like, I'd want to go see that. But the the Spanish, the conquistadors were cool with the fucking Aztecs, because they were giving them gold and everything. You know what I mean? Until the Aztecs decided, hey, today's sacrificing day. So they did their regular sacrificing thing, and when Cortez saw that, he was incensed. In-fucking-censed. He's like, how can I sit here and believe in my almighty peaceful God, and these guys are sacrificing to their fucking heathen gods? They put them all to the sword. So, I mean, Cortez was a horrible person, but if we try to, be in the context of Cortez, was he really that bad of a guy? Because he did convert them to Christianity, and he did get them to stop sacrificing bitches. But did he have to murder basically goddamn a lot of the Aztecs and steal all their fucking gold and shit? Yes.
Well, I guess if he made them more peaceful in the long run, okay, I guess that works.
But when they first started, they took Montezuma hostage, Montezuma II hostage. And so, the Aztecs revolted against him, and then Cortez almost got his ass kicked. And then, 6 months later, he came back, or a year later, he fucking came back with actual fucking conquistadors with guns. And, yeah. You did an obsidian sword versus a gun, I think we both know who's gonna win that fucking fight. So.
Have you actually handled an obsidian weapon?
Not a weapon, no. I had a big giant obsidian rock I wish I had kept, because that thing was badass. It was black and fucking awesome. Obsidian's fucking sweet, dude.
Have you ever watched them? Have you ever been to the gem show?
No.
Like any gem show? There's usually
I've seen on YouTube dudes.
Yeah, there's usually guys flint napping at the gem shows.
Yeah.
It's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
What the fuck is squeaking?
Oh, that's something over here.
Kick it.
It's your door. I'm not gonna kick your door.
Did you see? There's a fucking lifted minivan. It was lifted 12 12 inches.
Well, have you seen that one fucking Oldsmobile that has like fucking 3-foot tires?
In Missoula?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like legitimately the fucking rims might as well be fucking Leonidas is sealed. Like the fucking rims are retarded. I might actually have a
I've seen that it looks, I can't remember
a picture.
I think it was like a 2-door hatchback Honda. It's lifted on like a truck frame.
I haven't seen that one in the parking lot? I haven't seen that one, no. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a
kind of badass.
Like a fucking Oldsmobile that's lifted. I know I have a picture of it. I know I have a picture of it.
There was this one dude, he in the parking lot. He's driving this shitty, I think it was an Oldsmobile Alero. It's just a normal 4-door town car. And for whatever reason, he decided it would be cool to put neon lights on it, on the glow underside.
Yeah.
What of all the things to spend your money on, why would you do that?
Okay, maybe I don't have a picture of it. I used to have a picture of it. I thought I did. I done thought I did. But apparently not. But yeah, that car is ridiculous. Yeah, it is fucking. It's like an Oldsmobile.
Is it a town car or like a minivan?
It's a town car. And yeah, it has fucking two foot fucking rims on there. Those fucking rims are huge, and like it's lifted.
Is it beefy tires, or is it like tractor tires, or is it the dumbass, low profile tires?
Low profile tires.
Oh god. Oh, I have seen that one.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
And we all know what kind of person was driving that. I do remember that one.
Only the most badass people drive that. Oh shit.
I don't understand that. I can understand being lifted, but why would you want to drive a higher end penny bike? That's basically what it is. It's a 4-wheel penny bike.
Yeah. I mean, why would anybody want to do anything? I just want to sit at home and smoke weed all day and play fucking video games, but we can't do that. I have a great...
I'd rather just be outside and shit in the woods, not have to deal with any amount of society.
Well, I know you would.
Yes. Hey, look. I had no idea they had an airstrip there.
We drive past this every time. We drive past...
Apparently, I've never looked to my
Looked
right.
over when you're driving down this particular stretch of road?
Yeah, I guess my neck doesn't turn to the right.
You're too focused on this particular store, which we don't work at, but it's the same company?
Don't give them a clue to where we are. Anyway,
we're in Shitterville. Don't worry about it.
I really need to get my pilot's license.
I just need to get my license. My dream job?
Uh-huh.
Well, I talked about this when I went over to Spokane last time with Britt. If I could do anything...
goldfish memory, so...
If I could do anything, it would probably... I'd like to own my own dispensary. Or I would like to... When I was watching a podcast in Colorado, they have a business to where you can rent bongs. Yeah. So I thought to myself, being a man with 4 fucking bongs, that's not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea. You know, you pay like a monthly subscription service. You know, you get, a bong to use whenever, for however long you want to use it. To clean it or, let one of the technicians into your fucking house and clean it so that way we can transport it safely. You know what I mean? If in case we get pulled over, it's not a fucking dirty bong.
That makes sense.
You know? And I already have a name for it too. I either want to go with Bongs Unlimited. Because I think that sounds cool. Or fuck, I forgot the other one, but I think Bongs Unlimited was what I was going for.
I thought of a good dispensary name this morning. And it's probably already taken, but 420 Forever. Or no, Forever 40. Yeah,
Forever 420.
Yeah.
That would be a bad one.
It'd be like, Forever 21.
Yeah. Not a bad one. It's not a bad one. We have to patent and trademark those.
I'm sure it's already taken. It's not even that clever, really. But.
Well, yeah. But you never know. I mean, sometimes people fucking spend hours trying to come up with a fucking name and come up with nothing. So.
Why am I sharing ideas on a podcast, though?
Because this is...
You know how many ideas I've had for, like, inventions and business ideas? And then, a year later, somebody else has it.
Well, don't say those ones. Those ones keep to yourself, and then, tell me and we can try them out.
We should go to that Unhinged. Did you see that? That open? The, what do you call them? Rage room? Is that what you call them? Yeah, one of those opened up in Missoula.
Oh, that's one of my ideas. Where you just beat the shit out of something?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that shit out loud. A customer probably heard that and was like, that's a fucking good idea. Yes. Yeah.
Instead of me making money now, it's going to be
Some
them
asshole
making money from me.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to go there multiple times a week.
We might have to go there. That sounds fucking fun, actually.
I wonder if we can bring our own...
Hammers and...
Yeah.
fucking axes.
Bring our own...
Can I shoot him with a gun?
That's probably a little too far, but...
Well, maybe. If you could go and see five like different times in time, what would it be? Like I'd want to go see like Rome after the Colosseum was built. I'd want to see a fucking gladiator fight. I think that'd be fucking the tits, dude.
That would be amazing. I might even volunteer. Never make it to any other time.
And like historians didn't know this until kind of recently, but they would flood the Colosseum and have naval battles.
I did hear that.
In the fucking Colosseum, which is beyond fucking bonkers, dude. Like, beyond fucking bonkers.
How do you even do that? But how do they even do that when they have rooms underneath the Colosseum floor? I'm assuming all those rooms had to get flooded too. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. How they would design that and construct that. Yeah. But that would be amazing.
My
dad would want to go see the Library of Alexandria, which would be cool. Go read some of those fucking parchments with some of that ancient knowledge.
You gotta go ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Even before the pyramids were built.
Well, even
just imagine how drastically different that whole area was.
Yeah.
Compared to what it is now.
Yeah.
Tropics. It's got to be like what it was for a
little bit
times. Yeah. Many years before.
Because they're really like, take the Sphinx. They're really not sure exactly when that motherfucker was built. Because like the Sphinx dates back to one time, but the erosion on the walls around the Sphinx is like double that. So that fucking hole was there for a long time, and there was something like as big as the Sphinx there before the Sphinx, and then the Sphinx was there. So they're like, there was a civilization before the Egyptians, which was pretty fucking advanced. I'd also want to go see. Yeah, I'd also want to see like Tenochtitlan when they're fucking sacrificing bitches. Or Or that one spot in fucking Peru on that fucking mountain, you know what I'm talking about?
Picchu.
Yeah, Machu Picchu. That'd be nuts to see too in its fucking heyday.
Well, I wonder how the fuck they built that though.
Yeah, especially on that fucking.
Because you've heard that the rocks are so close together you can't even slip paper through.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely one thing. Is how
just to see how everything was built would be mind-blowing.
Yeah. You know, people think the fucking ancient man is stupid fucking Neanderthal, but can you tell me how the fuck they did that? No. So, who's stupid here? The motherfuckers who actually did it, or you not being able to tell me how the fuck they did it?
Well, you know, if it's not aliens, it's got to be a dumbing down of our species. I would think.
Then what?
Anyway.
Well, then what causes the dumbing down? Is that, are we being, you know, I mean, you know, are we, do you think we could be...
Is technology dumbing us down?
Well, certainly. But, well, I don't think someone in the 1860s could even recreate that, you know what I mean? And there wasn't really technology. I mean, yeah, there was the, like the Industrial Revolution, sure, but, like, it wasn't... I guess that the 1860s is before the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution happened, like, the turn of the century, with, like, mass production and shit like that. So, yeah.
Well, if technology is helping us create, invent more things,
Yeah.
then
you would surmise that we should be able to figure out how the fuck they did that?
You would think that there had to be more smart people in the past.
Yeah. Well, I forget,
Because they didn't have that technology.
there's a shipwreck that was in, like, the Black Sea, or the Caspian Sea, or the Mediterranean Sea. I think it was the Mediterranean. And there was a device on that shipwreck, and you probably read about this or heard about this.
I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah. And, like, they say it had that reach its home, who knows, because that little device could, like, perfectly track the fucking stars and the moon and everything. You know? I mean, that's another thing about ancient man. Like, the Mayans, how the fuck were they able to perfectly predict the pattern of the moon and the stars going 100 years forward in the future and 100 years in the past? You know what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy. Because if I had nothing to do all day other than stare at the fucking stars, I'm sorry, I honestly don't think I could create you a motherfucking a fucking star calendar for fucking the next 100 years and the past 100 years. I'm fucking sorry.
Well, that's the thing. They had the time to just sit there and think about it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, and there probably was, you know, a couple people fucking working on that. Too, it wasn't just one guy, but still.
Yeah, just one other guy.
Still. You know, like, that's fucking nuts. You know, and, like, there's a cave in Russia, and these people are called the Denisovans, and they have thick animal hide, like, coats, right? And this is from, like, 20,000 years ago, or whatever, and they've also discovered needles, bone needles, to pierce those thick-ass hide coats. And mankind should not have been able to do this for, like, 10,000 more years. So, I mean, I just think that we have this idea of ancient man being fucking stupid, but he was way smarter than what we give him credit for, and because he domesticated the fucking dogs and animals, you know, cows and pigs and everything else, you know, he found out that if you cook meat, it's better for you, you know what I mean? So,
well, you know, archaeology, it's always disproving theories.
Sorry for this rough patch of
you can blame
Idaho and road.
You can blame Idaho for that.
Fucking savages.
Learn to fucking pave your roads.
For reals, though, dude. So, I think it would be. I mean, I would want to go back and be a fucking caveman, honestly, because
you would or would not.
I would. Oh, I'd drag my woman around by her hair, fucking club some bitches to death. You know, trap a fucking woolly mammoth. You know, like fuck yeah, dude. I think it would be fun to live the caveman life.
I would love to spend a month in each century.
That'd be fun.
However far back
I'd do a year, dude. I'd definitely do a year. I would love to spend a year as like a wealthy Roman citizen. Woo! Woo!
So you just want to have orgies, that's what you
Yeah. You know, I just want to join the army, go fucking defeat some Gauls, cross the Rubicon, you know, become a member of the Roman Senate.
Fight some Germans.
Yeah, dude, fight the Germans. You know, go to Egypt, tell the Egyptians, you think you're great, but we run your shit. You know, like I'm so, you know, and yeah, maybe dip in a couple orgies. Sure, why not? Why not? If I'm gonna enjoy the gladiator games, I gotta enjoy the orgies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you have the ability to travel back in time, why not?
Exactly. They didn't have AIDS back then. We're good.
You know, and if you can travel back in time or forward, well, hopefully forward as well.
Hopefully forward's not just a burning planet. We're all dead.
Well, I mean, you could just go back or forward. I guess I'm just gonna confuse myself now. But you could just go forward. You know, if you get some sort of wacky disease from this orgy, just go forward
to cure it.
I guess it would be back. Yeah, just go back.
We'd have to go.
You'd
have to go back in time to get sick, and then forward in time to cure yourself.
No, just tell yourself, don't do this, you dumb fuck. That's how you prevent that.
Yeah, but I want those things though, John.
You want to die of the horrible
of Roman AIDS? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Roman AIDS would be would be worse than modern day AIDS.
Why does it have to be Roman AIDS?
Excuse me, Gaul AIDS? That sounds worse, actually. I think visiting Japan, like during the Bushido time, would be fucking badass too.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
You know? Or like China during like the fucking Ming Dynasty, when they were building the Great Wall and shit. That'd be fucking fun. Or, even better, I did not know this, Genghis Khan. Do you know how far Genghis Khan went to Europe? That motherfucker went to Moscow.
Dude.
Yeah, he invaded Russia and like went to Moscow. I'm pretty sure he went to like Finland. Like, that's
impressive.
Yeah. Especially for fucking horseback, dude. I mean, well, he made it all the way to Rome. And I'm pretty sure fucking Genghis Khan was one of the dudes who fucking sacked Rome.
Oh, that's one of the guys you should talk to.
Oh yeah, he would be an interesting one. But going back to that, seeing how I am related to the Sundance Kid, and that is proven, I can prove that shit, I would not mind talking to the Sundance Kid. Well, why do you have a smile on your face?
Can you just imagine going back and talking to an ancestor? What their reaction would be? Do you think he'd be like...
I think he might be surprised I'm his ancestor, if that's what you mean.
Do you think he would judge you hard, or do you think he would be a little more accepting?
Well, I honestly think that...
Well, he'd probably think you're crazy, for one.
Well, I think anybody from back then would think all of us are pussies.
Yeah.
You know. We have a bad day if someone freaks out because their cell phone doesn't work. You know, but he has a fucking literal bad day when...
He's got the...
You know, when his fucking robbery doesn't go off his plan.
Whatever.
Yeah. You know, so I think anyone from the even like the 30s would think we're fucking pussies.
I think so.
You know?
But why can't we go back? I just really wish we could. Problems would be solved so much quicker. At least in our, I wouldn't call it a trade,
I mean, I don't think problems would be solved quicker. It's just that we wouldn't have as many problems. There wouldn't be as many problems to have. Because back then, all you really have to worry about is making sure you got food. You know, making sure you got a fucking... Yeah, just basically the basics. You know?
Most people problems is just solved with the bullet to the head, which is very...
Or a good old-fashioned duel, yeah. You know? Or just beating the shit, or just a fight. Just a fight. You know?
Have you ever been in a fight? Like a physical fight?
The last physical fight I was in when I was in the 4th grade, or I was in the 1st grade against a 4th grader, and I won that fight. What the fuck are these?
Those are the giant nuclear footballs.
Those are giant nuclear footballs. But yeah, because I was in the 1st grade, he was a 4th grader. We were kind of fucking with each other on the playground. I won that fight because, thank God for wrestling. I just fucking walked in there like fucking I was the goddamn giant. I was.
You weren't.
I was scary when this 1st grader's as big as 5th graders. So.
See, I've never been in a physical fight, and I'm sure you can tell why, because I'm a small guy.
Yeah. Dude, there was a piss bottle right there. Yes, there was.
That was the same fucking piss bottle we saw last time, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I don't know, but there was legitimately a fucking piss bottle.
Because it looks like apple juice, but
yeah.
Why would anybody, throw out like a good bottle of apple juice?
Exactly. It's the fucking way of the road. Oh, man.
So the only time that I've really been, I wouldn't even call it a fight. It was just bowling.
Yeah.
That was 3rd grade. My best friend at the time, this redhead girl, this cute little redhead girl, she liked me, and she didn't like him, but he liked her. And he took that as a betrayal. And so he had his older brothers and his friends. They were in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
And so he had them
fight you?
Bully me. Like every day at school. I'm just this puny little kid.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had stood up to him.
I mean, you're puny now, John. I can't even imagine.
Shut up.
I can't even imagine back then.
I mean, you can imagine where part of my built-up rage comes from.
Yeah.
But it was really fucking humiliating because the last time they beat me up, I was a ladies' man back then, though.
Yeah.
I had girlfriends up the yin yang because I was a cute kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of my girlfriends, they surrounded me and protected me from
them?
These kids that are bullying me.
That's humiliating.
And that is humiliating. That is very demasculating, whatever that word is.
Demasculating is the correct term.
Yeah.
A very emasculating moment, yeah.
Yeah, that has been a moment that has stuck with me and made me feel like
If you need a time, you need to go back to then and just like put your consciousness now into that little kid's head and just go for it, dude.
Dude, those kids would probably be dead. And my life would be vastly different. I would probably be in jail many times over. Which, in hindsight, that's probably a good thing I didn't beat up kids. But
I mean, everyone didn't get bullied a lot when I was in.
Well, why would you be? You were a bigger kid.
Well, when I was in elementary school, I was really shy and shit. And, like, I didn't get... Like, every day they'd go out for, we'd have recess and lunch and play fucking football. I never got picked for football. Not that I really wanted to play football, but it was just something all my friends did, so we did what we did. But, I don't know. I mean, I was one of those kids where I hung out with basically everybody. Cool kids, not cool kids. Weird kids. You know what I mean? I was a weird kid. You know, but I think all kids are weird.
But yeah,
You know.
I was a pretty popular kid, but I wasn't like the cool kid.
Yeah.
Everybody liked me, but I wasn't cool.
Yeah. And then I moved in 4th grade to a different school for 5th grade. And that was kind of weird. We can talk about that for a minute, because I went from Franklin, which was probably...
You went to Franklin?
Yeah.
Right on, bro.
Yeah. Up till 4th grade, yeah. And like Franklin was kind of a poor kid's school, right? I would say. And then I switched to Paxton. And Paxton, like, when I switched to Paxton, like, Paxton had just got built or remodeled or whatever. Like, everything was fucking new in Paxton. And so it seemed more like a rich kid's school because it was kind of in the university area, right? And so one day, as a 5th grader, I didn't know where the fucking bathrooms were. I'm walking around and finally find a fucking bathroom. I walk in there. I did not know this, but apparently they nowadays they make special bathrooms for like 1st and 2nd graders, where everything is a miniature version of itself and lower.
Yeah.
So I walk in there, the fucking urinal is a mini urinal and it's fucking really low, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it's still a bathroom, and I still got to go to the. What the fuck happened here? I still got.
We almost ran over a guy, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like there was an accident. There was an accident.
Shit. I wonder what he hit. Must have been
A semi.
car.
Yeah. That dude definitely could have went about that a little bit better.
That guy has some fucking balls, because I almost ran his ass over.
Fuck. Yeah, then he looked at you.
That fucking cop on
yeah, dude.
Get out of the road.
Oh my god. So anyway, I walk in there, right? Realize that this is like a miniature fucking bathroom, but I still gotta go, and I figure what's the worst that could happen by going to the bathroom in the bathroom, you know what I mean? I walk out, this fucking teacher stops me and was like, hey, you're not supposed to go to the bathroom in there. I was like, what the fuck, dude? It's a fucking bathroom. I'm a student. It's a bathroom for students. What's the fucking deal? What's a bathroom for fucking fish and second? I legitimately had no idea, you know, and like it was literally like my first week at that fucking school, you know.
It was your first experience of segregation.
It really was. It really was, because I didn't know they had fucking separate bathrooms for 1st and 2nd graders. That's fucking crazy to me. You know, whatever. And I didn't know that it was fucking off limits for me to use it. I just had to use the fucking bathroom. So fuck you, bitch.
So, that just reminds me of, it's not a bathroom story per se, but it just reminds me of my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Ramsey.
Oh, see, I never had Ramsey. Everyone in my family had Ramsey.
You poor bastard.
Well, it was just because I moved in 4th grade.
Oh, that's right.
But yeah, but like I was gonna have a different teacher, and like my parents called the school to make sure I would have got Mr. Ramsey had I went to Franklin.
Man, you missed out, dude. Mr. Ramsey was the coolest cat. He was my favorite teacher ever. But it was a little weird because I don't know if I love him, but in hindsight, it was really creepy because at the end of the year, all of the best students in his class, he invited us to
his house. Yeah.
Do you know how long he was still doing that? How old are you?
I'm 28. I think he was still doing that when I left.
That's just creepy, dude.
I mean, my 4th grade teacher did the same thing. She had a pool.
Yeah, that would not fly in
Today? Yeah, no. Especially a guy teacher, yeah.
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 But it was a blast. Like he had a 2-story house, and we were all having a great time. But his lower story was off limits, and we all decided to like
stick in there.
Well, we didn't get very far because the door was locked.
Oh.
And he got pretty mad.
I believe it.
That we, were trying to go down there. And it just makes me think, what the fuck was that door. Was this guy really creepy? Like, abusive? Does he have a fucking torture chamber down there?
I don't...
Or,
I don't, you know.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
But he just, you know, probably just didn't want his privacy.
Yeah, he probably just didn't want a bunch of fucking... How old are you in 5th grade? Like fucking 8? 7?
Well, let's see, I was 11.
Well, no, you start,
I think I was 11
5,
when I
so.
went to 6th grade, so it must have been 10.
Yeah, so like 9 or 10. He probably didn't want a bunch of fucking 9 or 10-year-olds in his shit.
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
Maybe he did have, you know, a couple, you know, not safe for work things.
Maybe.
Down there,
Maybe his little thing was just a bachelor pad and had a fucking bar and beer out and fucking, you know, fucking Pamela Anderson fucking pictures up everywhere. Maybe, dude. Maybe it was like fucking Quagmire's house when you flipped the switch down there. Like that, and it was just like that all the fucking time. I remember he had that like a fucking Isuzu fucking Jeep thing.
Yeah.
Now that thing was that fucking thing was pretty cool.
That is the beginning of my love for two-door small vehicles.
Is that?
Like, I drive a Yukon, two-door Yukon, to the listeners, all one of you. Yeah, I love my Suzuki Samurais and the two-door Jeeps, anything like that. I just love because of his tracker. That's what it was. It was a tracker.
Yeah, and that thing was pretty fucking rad, dude. It was pretty fucking rad.
Dude, have you been back to Franklin since they remodeled it and tore down everything?
Not since this latest remodel. No, the last time I went was my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. June. She retired and she like had this program where like 5 years after that you'd like come back and say hi. And so like I really think next year or something like that. I think that was legitimately the last time I was in Franklin. So it was probably 2002, something like that.
Dude, it's heartbreaking. I have so many dreams about Franklin School. I can almost to the exact detail. I can map out that whole school.
I just remember the one long fucking hallway with the fucking slanted floor. I remember that. I remember because Mrs. June was you know the front of the school, and there were the two downstairs classrooms on either side.
Right.
She was
the principal's office.
Yeah, she was one of the downstairs classrooms. And so when we left, we got to leave out that door and go up those fucking stairs. And that was pretty cool.
But do you remember how big those fucking oak trees were?
What, outside?
Yeah, in the front. They chopped every single one of those trees down.
Oh.
That's almost
heartbreaking.
It angers me. Why the fuck? What was so wrong with that school as it was that they had to tear it down?
Well, they didn't tear it down. They did. The vast majority of that front of the school, they tore it down and made a playground out of it. Oh. Well, it has been a while since I've been there. It's probably just, I don't know, dude. I mean, you gotta remember that school was fucking built in 1916.
So keep it alive. You know, renovate it. Keep it.
You know,
as
it was.
Just
as modern
as you can.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to school there in 4th grade, I think that was the year that they just installed the gates for the courtyard.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
And yeah,
those were my best times at that school. Even though I got bullied in 3rd grade, it was my best.
Fuck, maybe you were the 5th grader who bullied me when I was in 1st grade.
I didn't bully shit. Dude, I was... My whole school year, or life...
Years were getting bullied?
I was...
You were the bully?
No, well, no. I was playing leapfrog with the cute girls. That's what I was doing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God, I remember this girl. Her name was... I can't remember her last name. But which I probably shouldn't say her last name anyway, but her name was Chrissy. And she reminded me of Miss Piggy. She absolutely adored me. So it was like Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog. That's literally what it was. Except I didn't like her.
Yeah.
You know? But
Well, I mean, that kind of is like Kermit and Miss Piggy.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck, that might be your new nickname. Fuck Kermit. Oh my
Is
god.
that who I sound like?
No, I'm just...
Any Muppet character, who do you think I sound like?
John, I don't know, because it's been fucking 20 years since I watched the fucking Muppets. It's been... Cookie Monster, probably? I don't know. Actually, no, who was the one dude who played the...
You really think I sound like this? Really?
No, who was the one dude who played the drums and, like, locked up a chain, Psycho or whatever?
Animal?
Yeah. Yeah. You're the animal. Yeah.
I have the personality, maybe. The unchained.
But you don't have that... Once again, this is all satire. You don't have that New York Jew voice that Kermit had. Kermit had.
I'm probably more like Gonzo, to be honest with you. I'm just an idiot.
I like to think of myself as one of those rich old dudes, one of the vampires. Or no, they weren't vampires. They were just the ones who counted. Were they the ones who counted?
That was.
No, the ones that like the show.
You're talking about the two old guys.
Yeah.
I can't remember their names,
Yeah.
but Mana.
Yeah, I like to think of myself as one of them. You know.
That's probably what I'll grow up into. No, I'll definitely grow up.
No, you're gonna grow up and be Kermit.
No, I'm gonna be the Crouch. That is. I'm already a grouchy old man.
I'm a grouchy young man. I say young, I'm fucking almost 30. Ugh.
You're past 30. Or I'm past 30. So, yeah, imagine how I feel.
Probably worse than I do, John. Well, I mean,
What time we got?
you think that's a good spot to wrap up episode 1 Narcos after
oh shit, wow, we've been talking a long time.
after 1 minute and 27 minutes? 1 hour and 27 minutes?
If you if all one or two of you listeners have not, turned it off, thanks for listening. I'm glad you found us interesting enough to stick with us for that hour and a half.
And we hope you continue to find us interesting, and hopefully we can bring you more funny stories. And next time, I promise we won't be driving, so there shan't be any background noise, or if there is, it might just be gunfire and birds. But, yeah. See you next week, everybody.
Adios.
Nope.